Okay, cool. Then let's get going. Welcome to The Shade's Tale. This is an Ironclaw 2nd Edition game that we're streaming live on the internet. And I'm joined here by an intrepid crew who we are going to introduce now. I'll begin with myself. I am Red Rabbit. I will be your game host. And yeah, that's all I got to say about myself. So let's keep going. Theta, why don't you tell us about your character today?
Yeah, Dan, Lemur Brute, Dan the Fighting Man. Personality bold, motto, I am the greatest. Goals are to help Mercurio recover his lost memory and discover the secrets of the Copper Eye Society.
Sounds about right.
How many days were spent last session?
How many days were spent last session? You guys started in... I think you started in Shalon, you went to Conscient, then you went back to Shalon. Well, you know what? We'll go through the recap.
Well, no, I'm just wondering because I'd never ticked down my injury total at all. So I'm just trying to remember how many days spent for at least, eating a good meal or whatever.
Yeah, I think it has not been more than one day. I'm looking through, and I think all the events of the last session were like a day and a night.
Well, we'll take that down to 21 then.
Well, no, that's not true, because then Anushka went to Fair Marouge, and you guys waited for her, and we decided that was like a 4-day round trip. So
all right,
we could say 5 days total.
17 then. I was just noticing on my sheet my injury was 22, and it's like, I know I didn't take anything off of that because I didn't think about that until just now when I remembered I'm injured.
Cool. Okay, so next up we've got Arkloyd. Tell us about your character.
Hello, I'm Arkloyd. I play Connor Lavera de Ecravis, the brazen raccoon knight whose motto is one hand washes the other. He has the same goals as Dan the Fighting Man.
Okay, and we have Rafferty.
Hello world, I'm Norman Rafferty, he, him, and today I'm playing Anushka, the Microbat Messenger, where my motto is no fear, serve with joy. And I think I have the same goals. We're still with poor Mercurio here, who we keep denying the help he needs, and we still haven't discovered those secrets of the Copper Eye Society.
That's true, but you guys are...
And I am so tempted to make my character get naked this week.
Explain that one?
Okay, so there's Secrets of the Wilding Way. Secrets of the Wilding Way is you can recharge a wilding gift for free every round. A battle gift, as someone asked in private comments. You get a extra refresh action every round, which would really help because I have 2 wilding gifts. I have Flight, and I have Rapid Aim. But the problem is that in order for Secrets of Wilding Way to work, you have to be skyclad. Means you can't be wearing any armor whatsoever.
Well, you have to be wearing the minimum of clothing for polite society. It doesn't say you have to be naked.
That's why I said skyclad. That's the euphemism.
Well, I thought skyclad was the euphemism for naked.
Yes.
Like birthday suit. Well, that's what I said. The minimum amount of clothing for polite society, which means loincloth, whatever. I'm just saying you're not naked.
Well, we didn't define what the minimum for polite society. Moving on. Yeah, because it'd be really tempting. Because I can't get more powerful by getting larger, because increasing your body is not good for flyers. So it's really tempting.
It's going to be awkward, since Secrets of the Wilding Way is also on my build order list. So it's like, we're going to be that scene from any 80s romantic comedy where we both come down the stairs wearing just whipped cream.
Well, no, this is a different romantic comedy where we both come down the stairs wearing nothing. So,
I thought that the body being too hot for flyers was only a 1st edition rule.
The what?
I thought that rule you quoted about higher body being bad for flyers was only a 1st edition thing.
If you look at many of the flying gifts and like the the flying fighter gift, your speed has to be higher than your body. Plus, also, I don't make a big deal about it when we're in the game, but you may notice I've been drifting. After I move, I roll my body. If I move and the move was flight, after I'm done, I have to roll my body die to see how many more spaces I move. And if I crash into something, I crash into it. My body die is only a D4, so that has not been a problem. But if my body die was larger, that could be a problem.
I see.
So it's built into the rules because Ironclaw is old school that way. With the game host's permission, I would like to spend 10 experience points, and I have been beaten up on a regular basis. So I would like to buy the wilding gift of Invulnerable Hide, which is the ability to tap that and remove 1 point of damage every round that you are hit. Because I'm that badass of a bat. I know no fear.
She's gone feral. Okay.
Then later I'll get naked.
We've been hanging around each other too long.
Well, there's a lot of cool stuff in this game.
Invulnerable Hide is 1 down from my next purchase. So literally, you're doing things 1 before me.
It's been on my list for a while because bat atavists or batavists
God damn it.
are a good build.
She's bad out of hell.
But I kept the gift of dancing, so I'm more graceful.
Nice.
Yeah, for those naked dances that we go to out in the woods.
Now you're.
How else do you talk to the devil, right?
Well, there are the Doloro.
Yeah,
Oh, you mean those that we're at war with?
Maybe you're at war.
Well, you keep hanging around in their territory with a noble from their kingdom, from the Avatar kingdom. I think you're kind of at war with them too.
I'm not at war with them. I work for them. Here, would you like some wine?
The Doloro? You mean the one you actively took participation with in the anti-militia movement against them?
Anti-militia movement?
I think when you fight one of their militias, it's an anti-militia movement.
You can get in fights without being anti. Anyway, you're Dan. You don't know this.
I know.
You're not even a national. You're an emigre.
Yeah. Well, no. I'm from Thanan. I'm still from Calabria. I'm just from the far side of Calabria.
The far side of Calabria.
It's really hard not to have opinions on things anymore.
Well, there's a Copper Eye conspiracy going on.
Indeed.
And we're adding it to the long list of conspiracies.
Yeah.
Well, here's another conspiracy for you. There could be one conspiracy.
We could all hope. The Illuminati. It's all the No, I'm trying to remember. It's like in Daniel Craig's James Bond, where you have like the Quantum, and then it turns out that the Quantum was just one small branch of Spectre, and you're like, wow, Spectre is really lame. Quantum was a lot more interesting, or at least I was, anyway. But yeah, there have been a number of conspiracies. This is one of them. Unclear the scale and the scope of it.
Oh, that's right. Dan's theory was it's all the church.
It's actually coming from above.
Well, the average plot, even though it is pro-church, there's still a lot of anti-church sentiment.
No, you remember I was looking at the map last time. It was like every one of these. There's a single one of these pentagrams in every one of the church domains. So it's like, okay, every branch of the church is in on this.
Well, except that every domain has church. I mean.
Well, yeah, except for the Phelan, and the Phelan don't have a pentagram.
Yeah, we already had this debate of like maybe there's a pentagram up there and we don't know about it.
Look, you're gonna have to fight your resident QAnon member apparently. Dan is just crazy.
Well, I may know no fear, but I also know joy. So, plus also it might also have to do with the fact that you have to have locals who actually know this kind of stuff. Maybe the druids are just better at kiboshing it.
The druids have their own unholy shit.
Depends on who you ask.
Well, I don't know. A rain of blood seems kind of unholy to me.
Druidic kibosh.
Man, it's one of my favorite spells. So I think so we're currently in Shalon, and I think our plan was to go overland to Ardent.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Circle around a good distance away from Enclume since they hate
Yeah.
Connor.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody with money and influence wants to arrest Connor and the rest of us, and they set up a front in Fermarouge.
Right, and then Enclume did kidnap Connor's brother before because of the whole crafting thing, which there was a legal dispute, but they probably still hate his family, so it's good to avoid them as well.
Connor does have minor amount of enemies, and Connor has also made a minor name for himself. So I'm not that surprised. I'm actually kind of flattered. So I think we all agree that we'll go overland to Ardent, and then when we're there, we'll probably go and check out that point of interest on the map that's marked with a pentacle.
Yeah, which is a placeholder symbol. We determined that we actually use 7-pointed.
Nauticals.
Yeah.
9.
Nonogram.
9.
Nautical. 8 is the lucky number, which you see in the church because it's the octagram of creation, and 9 is the unlucky number.
By the way, the other one that's no longer here that we got rid of, was that right here?
Mm,
Yeah, it was around there. We destroyed it because we're awesome.
Sorry, I'm just having another conspiracy moment. All the pentagrams are on grasslands.
There's one here as well, on an island in Lake Aube.
Oh no, 2 of them are in forests.
2 of them are in forests.
The green spots are forests.
Forests, then, that's what I meant. That's confusing.
Well, you don't have them in public.
Yeah, I mean, they're not in plains, though, is what I'm saying. Pointedly, they've been placed in little isolated forests and not...
Well, that's because, realistically, almost all of the plains here are owned. And if it's farmable, it's probably being farmed.
Yes, and you know who owns it? The church.
It's kind of hard to have a secret conspiracy out on the plain. Everyone can see you, and they point, oh, what's going on over there?
Just saying.
All we gotta do is raid the church archives for land ownership and...
You know, it would be interesting to find out who owns this land. I'm guessing they're probably the commons. And even if we did know who owns this land, I'm just putting it out there. They might be trespassers. Speaking of trespassing, is what we're about to do.
Heck yeah. Okay. So I will say the only thing, I think you guys pretty much covered all of the important details from last session. And we touched on it briefly, but I want to bring it to the fore that Connor did speak with a member, a priest, Reverend Father, about this Copper Eye Society, and the Reverend Father kind of dismissed him out of hand. I will also remind you guys that it seems like these brass rings that have this snake insignia on them are, to your knowledge, one of the main indicators that people are a part of this shady society. But basically, the church in Shalon says that, we're kind of looking into it, but you got the distinct impression that they were not going to look into this particular thing because of a vibe that Connor got off of this Reverend Father.
Right, and the Copper Eye guys also had amulets with green fluid in it.
Yes, there's also these amulets that you know to be directly connected with necromancy. They're like necromantic amplifiers. Okay.
It's ecto-cooler. Figured it out.
It is ecto-cooler. There you go.
You get thirsty on your way to performing a necromantic rite, and you drink some ecto-cooler.
Yep. It's actually like a little juice box.
It's the quenchiest.
Cool. Okay, so you guys had decided last session that you were going to travel south and that you wanted to take the long way around through people's backyards, specifically because you did not want to make port at Enclume. But also, Connor, you had told me that you decided that rather than going incognito, you're going to keep your colors flying because you did not want to, you didn't want to appear like you guys were doing anything sneaky, and you also wanted to deter your common footpads from giving you much trouble.
Yes.
Okay, so as you're traveling south, your exploits are rather uneventful. We're going to put you right about here on your way to Ardent. I'll put you on the line. There we go. As you are passing through a small town, village, what's like smaller than a town, like a hamlet, and maybe stopping for some supplies, some rations, you can hear the approach of mounted soldiers. You see them coming over the rise, and you can see that they are waving the flags, the colors of the Enclume. There are 4 of them, and they are galloping into the village. And as they do, the peasantry stands to the side in deference and makes way for them. And they haven't seen you just yet. You could book it out of town if you wanted to, or you could stay, but it looks like they're here on some sort of mission.
As usual, I have to ask, what is the size of our company again? I mean, it's
a good
me,
question.
Dan, Connor, and then I guess Potter. I guess the good doctor is here.
We're going to assume he's with you.
And do we have any irregulars with us?
You guys ditched the mercenaries that were traveling with you.
There's 5 of us, right?
At Shalon.
5 because the doctor's own attaché is dead.
Yeah. And Connor, I mean, you would have had an opportunity if you want to roll for new irregulars. That's something you could do.
Pardon me, I'm trying to balance a phone call and this at the same time. I'm almost done with the phone call.
That's okay.
I thought pointedly we left the irregulars behind on purpose.
Yeah, you guys decided you didn't. Oh, but you also have Mercurio. Let's not forget
6.
him, because I just did. So 6. So yeah, it seems like if Connor is busy with stuff, probably doesn't want to roll for regulars, and as you said, you guys already ditched your regulars on purpose. So 6 of you. And the approaching feet of I don't know, footfalls of these coursers mounted by Enclume horse soldiers.
Damn. Well, guess we're gonna have to stop.
Why?
I mean, you guys could bail. They're coming to the village, the little hamlet that you're in currently.
It's literally the situation we were trying to avoid. Why would we stop?
True. We'll the village slow them down.
Sorry, what was that?
We'll let going through the village slow them down as we make our escape.
As you make your way out, okay, so you guys decide to pull out of town as the Enclume approach.
Yeah, I'm confused. If we're trying to keep a low profile, why are you flying color?
I was also confused by that.
Well, there's a fine line between getting shot because someone yells, "Get off my land," and just being left alone by people who aren't going to do what's
Yeah, but you're
happening.
carrying a sign that says, "Hi, I'm Connor."
Yes.
Ask me about my.
Ask me about my
ransom.
Cool.
I just work here.
Might not be the best decision I've made, but it was a decision I've made.
Okay, well, we're gonna live with this decision. So, another question I guess I have for you guys: are you traveling on foot, or did you grab yourselves a carriage or a wagon of some kind? I don't know if you guys have any of that. I think by the time we made it to Shalon, you guys have lost all of your vehicles.
Yeah, we don't have any vehicles left, and I don't think I'm quite ready in the wealth department to pay for them.
We're also, you guys said you wanted to go overland. That means we're not going on roads.
Right.
Yeah, that's a very fair point. So you guys are on foot. I want to do a group check. I want to do like a group stealth check to see if you can avoid detection from these soldiers. So what I want to do is have everybody give me speed and stealth. And among the four of you, we don't have to, I guess it's only three of you, right? Among the three of you, I'm looking for 2 successes.
Well, I failed. I mean, is this an opposed check, or are we rolling
You just
against?
said 2 successes.
Okay, so that's
you're just
soldiers
out
road
there.
then.
You're just out there botching, aren't you?
He's flying his colors.
Oh,
He couldn't be more obvious.
That's a very fair point.
Yeah, I mean, the good doctor's with us. He has anonymous, which pointedly gives him a bonus to not pretend to be important.
They stopped me, and
That's true.
But still, we only have 1 success and we have a botch. No, it's like no, someone saw it.
Yeah, I think so. Stealth. I think someone did see you. And these guys, because they're mounted, are not going to have much trouble catching up to you when they spy you. They're going to overtake you quickly. They don't have weapons out or anything like that, but they say, "Hail, sir. Hold. We come here on business from the Enclume, the city of Enclume, and we are here to discuss. We are searching for someone. Perhaps you can help us. You hail from Fair Marouge. Is this not correct?"
that is correct.
There's a glance shot between 2 of these horses, and the other one said, "During your travels, did you come across, well, we are looking for an item that was stolen from us by peasant filth. We are currently scouring the area for this object. It's quite important that we find it post-haste. Have you encountered any suspicious-looking individuals on your travels?"
He looks back at Dan and says no.
Probably eyeing Dan as well. And they said, as they look around to each other, you can tell that there's some questions. It's strange to them that they're encountering you here and now, and you're not exactly sure why. And they say, "Very well, we regret to do this, but on the authority of the Enclume, we ask that you allow us to search your party, just to ensure that you have that you do not have the item which we seek."
What is this item?
Ooh. Do you want to give me a check for this? Like a will check? Perhaps. I just want to know. Technically, they're not supposed to tell you, but you do have sort of a presence about you as well as nobility, correct?
Correct. I
Would
could
you like?
throw negotiation. I don't think gossip would help.
No, I think negotiation makes the most sense, but I'd let you flex your nobility here as well if you'd like a bonus d12 for that. And I'm looking for 1 success here. These guys are middle management. They're not well, you know. Hey, there we go. Okay. And it was the nobility that did it. So, they send some sheepish glances back and forth, and they say, "It is a sword, sir." And one of the other ones says, like, "Hush yourself. It is a prize belonging to the Enclume of some great import. It was stolen by, well, thieves, of course, bandits, peasantry. There have been many sightings of a certain rebellious group that has, snuck into our town and taken something very precious. The item is a sword, and it was a gift to our lord from the king in Triskellion. And we fear we know that it has traveled, but not it hasn't made it far. It can't have traveled far at this point, so.
Well, we can certainly show you our swords.
Your swords and the bags that you carry, we wish to check those as well.
As you wish.
All right, so you guys are all acquiescing to this search?
Here's my problem.
Yes.
I don't want to,
Yeah.
but I'm also not carrying anything. So it's very much it's very much
pretty much.
Dan puts up a fight. They look at Dan. Dan's not carrying anything. They don't bother Dan.
So hard to be antagonistic.
I also, I have a brace of pistols and a rapier, but other than that, I actually don't. We already delivered our mysterious message to Firm Rouge, so I don't actually have any messengers on me at the time. So I will permit being searched.
Okay, cool. They might make a comment. I mean, it's weird. Well, if you're a part of
extremely weird that I, a commoner, have a weapon that is worth like decades of my wages.
Yeah.
That is extremely. I cannot emphasize enough how weird Gaston's rapier is.
Yeah, not to mention that you're carrying like 2 swords and these pistols, like you are armed to the teeth.
It's dangerous. I'm a messenger.
You must be quite the messenger. You must transport some very sensitive messages.
I serve Connor, who I think you already admitted who he is.
Oh yeah,
he is a landed noble, and we are on missions of justice. I have the battle scars to prove it. That rapier is from one of Connor's most trusted and fallen comrades. It's my burden to bear it.
Oh, very well. We meant no disrespect, just curious is all. After they complete their check, they seem satisfied.
Nice. Huh? I said they were nice to me for the Middle Ages.
Yeah. They're, it's a weird circumstance. They were here to basically push around a bunch of peasants, and it could be that due to Connor's status as kind of a rival family might have spurned this particular thing, but it's still a delicate situation, diplomatically speaking. So you can tell that they're uncomfortable, they're on their toes. They don't particularly have a fondness for you, Connor, but they're not in a position to bully you the way that they've been bullying everyone else around here. Right. And they are satisfied that you're not carrying the item that they are. And they say, we apologize detaining you, and they will remount their coursers and turn back to the hamlet. But then one of them will stay and turn and say, I should entreat you as a representative of one noble family to another. Should you come across this item, if you do manage to find it, and if you can return it to us, well, it would be a favor that would not go unnoticed and unrepaid.
Of course,
I realize
nothing but love for the Enclume.
Indeed, well, if you find it, you can bring it to our town, and yes, you'll be shown every courtesy if you can come across it. And I'm going to offer this out of character as a goal. If you guys are interested, the goal will be, and we'll write it down here, return the lost Rinaldi. Oh, that's kind of giving it away.
Actually, I was going to hope the goal would be to steal the Rinaldi sword.
We can find out who took it first before you can steal it
if you
from
like.
them.
That's definitely a possibility. So, now that you know that it's in the wind, would you prefer the goal of recover the Rinaldi sword? That's a little vaguer.
Yes.
I'll write it in the chat. Okay.
Sure. Priceless swords for everyone.
I mean, this is like a royal heirloom priceless sword. That's like a whole nother. That's orange rarity.
And they called it grass cutter.
Okay.
Glad to see there's no hard feelings about them kidnapping your brother so many months ago.
It's been a while.
I know
The
we've gone
Enclume has
back
not
and
been
forth
ported
across the
until-
continent, but in actuality, not all that much time has passed.
I know. This is something that as a game host I always have trouble with, is like spacing things out in a way that is realistic. Tends to have like, 3 years worth of campaign adventure drama, and it takes place in like a 2-month span because basically it's just like back to back. But
in our D&D
Yeah.
game here on the channel, I run the calendar. Anytime a day
Cool.
goes by, I move the day ahead on the calendar, so we always know specifically what day it is
nice.
and how many days have passed.
Yeah, it's okay to be unrealistic. People like it when stuff happens.
Well, because we also
Exactly.
have crafting rules in D&D, so it takes almost over a year to make plate mail. So Griffin has had plate mail being made for the longest time now.
Oh, that's great. I think for me, it's the challenge is more in saying like, okay, I think now realistically everyone would spend like a week to a month not doing anything. Do you guys want to do downtime stuff? And it just never feels like,
Oh yeah, we also have stuff like that because we also build keeps, towers, whatnot. But we also have the holidays are on there and they affect how things happen. And we set things up in advance. Like, okay, a month or a couple weeks from now, you have your concert because one of us is a bard and they do things. So it's like we got to be back in town by that time. So keeping track of a
I like
calendar is good.
yeah, it's something I should work on. I think because I think about it in terms of like drama, but then there's always stuff happening and it never feels like a good time to say, oh, let's just hang out here. But maybe having a structured calendar would help that world building.
Well, I have noticed that there's been lately there's been a lot of games that have structured downtime.
Mhm.
Like it used to be in old school D&D, you would go on the adventure and then you would have the training montage to level up because you didn't level up automatically, you had to train. And there's quite a few games out there that have, okay, we go on the adventure and then we come back, then we go on the adventure and then we come back. Which don't necessarily have a calendar, but at least they have those story beats.
Yeah,
I could ask how they do it in Vampire, but I think we're doing Ironclaw right now. So, but I would be curious how they do that kind of stuff in Vampire. I don't think they actually do. They just have you just run out and well.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of actual structure for that kind of thing in Vampire. It's kind of up to you. Although I am sort of keeping a calendar in that game, but mostly it's player driven because they want to do things that are like, well, like the crafting type thing where they're like, oh, we want to do this. How long will this take? I'm like, I better start writing this down because I will forget.
Before we get back to Ironclaw real quick, you said I'm keeping a calendar. My first thought was Red's like, haha, summer solstice, the sun rises an hour earlier. You're fucked.
Surprise! Daylight savings. You're all dead. Damn, that would be a good twist, actually. You all forgot to reset your watches because you're Luddites. And the funny thing is that it has kind of a true to life group, true to life parallel because just recently a lot of my players for that game are in, Europe. So we all were having like daylight savings issues coming up, but at slightly different times. And it was a nightmare.
No, we were just mentioning in one of the other games, one of our players here is an AST, which is constant year-round time. They don't change.
Yeah.
And we have another former player in Australia, and they have their own time change. So their time change turns out to be 2 hours difference. So.
Oh my god. it's a nightmare, man. We should all just use like Swatch Internet Time or something. We should have had a better system by now, but here we are.
Yeah, Earth Universal Time.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So back to that dusty trail. So you guys have collected a goal. You continue south. Pull up the map.
Oh crap! Were we on a different map this whole time?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, we're on the world map.
Okay, now, well, I've always been on the world map. Sorry.
Yeah, we're still on the world map.
Didn't realize we had switched maps to anything.
Yeah, we didn't. I'm still just incrementing where we're going down along this path towards Ardent. The refresher here is that Ardent is it's a town built around a church or a cathedral, right? It's sort of like the holy center or the next up holy center.
I mean,
besides Shalon.
It's pretty much the only paladin monastery. I'm not sure what you call a group of paladins, but it's built in this town. So yeah, this town is famous for the Ardentines, who are the self-proclaimed greatest evil fighters in the world. Which, if Connor is looking to pick up some irregulars, I'm sure he could find a paladin or two that we could take with us to go, rid the forest of evil. And paladins would be the ideal people to bring for this kind of mission.
That would be fun. Let's have some paladins.
Because paladins can fight and they can rally people to get them out of hurt, which makes like having 2 or 3 of these guys on hand is hilarious.
I just realized I did something out of order, but you know what? I'm just gonna go with it. I don't actually care. So okay. So, you guys are coming to the end of your travels. You're reaching the woodlands, and you know that you're not far now from Ardent. You can see the forest line in the distance, but it is time to set up camp. You're exhausted from your day of travel, and I would like to have I'd like to get another group check from the party. In this case, I want people to give me mind and observation. We're doing one of these.
Does danger sense count?
Danger sense does count. This is kind of initiative. It's basically initiative, right?
Oh, then I'll just initiative.
Cool. Okay. So we'll use initiative rules here. As I assume night is falling, I mean, that's traditional, even though you guys have some nocturnal creatures, but as you are making camp for the night.
Fall, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be
don't have mounts.
That'd be a hell of a hidden lead, right? 30 sessions in. I never mentioned that night fell. It's been daylight the whole time.
Yeah, it's
what a
weird.
mystery this has been.
It's like taking place like near the polar caps. But that's actually a good question. Let's pause this for a second, because this does matter. You guys, because you don't have pack animals, there's no reason why you couldn't travel at night if that's something you'd like to do.
We would travel. You travel at half speed at night unless you have night vision or echolocation. Connor, what's your cycle again?
Night.
Night, yeah.
Okay. Do you have night vision?
Yes, I'm a raccoon.
Yeah, literally, we could be traveling at night and making this. Because all of us have night vision or echolocation. We could, and also our enemies pointedly are diurnals.
Well, I don't have night vision. I have blind fighting.
Oh,
but the blind fighting does say it could apply to things like this.
Well, in any event, we would traveling at night while flying your color. Hilarious. Yeah, I mean, we would probably actually be traveling at night because that's all of our natural inclination. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, you still do have to rest, but I like that we're gonna switch the day-night here for this particular trek. But yeah, so the sky is getting light. You think that it's time that you need to rest your weary bones. And it is at this point that you realize that in the distance, you think you sense movement among the tall grasses or the crops, maybe like the wheat, that you are in the farmland that you're currently trekking through. And
Yeah.
Dan, you rolled a 12 on your danger sense. You are more than aware that you are being tracked, and whoever is approaching is attempting to be stealthy. They don't want to be noticed by you.
All right. So we have people sneaking up on us, perhaps with sinister purpose. Well, I always think the best in people because I'm Anushka. So perhaps they just want to size us up to see if we're dangerous. After all, we are.
I mean, they haven't shot at me, so I don't really care. If they want to sneak up into to range with the fists, I got lefty and righty ready to go.
I only have 2 successes, so I don't know if it's we're being snuck up on by 1 person or 50.
Two successes? You're being approached by 5 people.
And since my danger sense applies to this, then yes, it looks like craven malefactors. I suppose we should confront them. Connor, is it beneath your dignity to issue a challenge, or?
No. So yeah, Connor would turn, stand boldly there, but just taking up space. I don't have any presence to really back this up, but he's going to try his best. And he will say, "Stand back or stand and deliver."
I like it. Okay. You're approaching malefactors cease their slow and predatory advance on you. For a moment, there's a moment of hesitation, and then the tall grasses part, and a face that you are familiar with emerges. It is handsome Marshall, the tall and scarred panther mercenary who you thought you had left in Shalon. He has his sword drawn, and he is grinning at you, and he says, "Well, I see you are... it's hard to sneak up on you. You keep a good watch on your back. I suppose there's no point in us maintaining the charade. I had hoped this would come to blows either way."
Are you really so eager for a fight?
We are always, we are fighting men. We are always eager for a fight. However, our true purpose here is that one. And he's going to raise his sword at Mercurio, who to this point was like, he's halfway to getting one boot off. Like, he was ready to take a nap. He's exhausted, and he looks kind of like startled. He says, "What? Me? What did I do to cross you, sir? Good mercenary?" I don't know what the title would be there, but yeah. Goodman.
Oh, he's a contemptuous sellsword. He kills for money, not for honor.
Occurs to me the Enclume guys didn't recognize Mercurio either.
Yeah, that's true.
Wait, do you know who this guy is? You could save us a lot of trouble.
Oh, yeah. Marshall says, "We have our suspicions. We've heard things. There are rumors on the wind. He is quite... I don't know how much you pay attention to the politics. I like to think that we are as successful as we are because we are more than just blunt instruments. We can seize an opportunity when one presents itself. And I think that in this case, one has presented itself. This fox that you travel with bears a striking resemblance to a member of the royalty. And there are those who I'm sure would pay well, at least several years' salary for his head, dead or alive. It depends on who you're talking with, I suppose.
Wait. Before we start this this rumble and I'm washing your blood off of my fists, let me ask a quick question. Are you acting on your own, or is somebody paying you already?
I mean, sorry. I'm not stumped by the question, I'm stumped by how he would respond, but he says,
Let me clarify. You just said, I think I know somebody that would be willing to pay me. Are you
Yes.
acting of your own recognizance, or is somebody
Yes.
actually paying you?
No one's paying him yet. He smells blood in the water. He thinks that this is a business opportunity.
Okay, I'm gonna crack my neck from side to side and do that like move where you clench your fist and you can hear it crack. I can't do that over the mic; it doesn't pick it up. And I say, okay, so you're gambling your life against a possible future payment, and I would like to make a scare test.
Ooh, okay, yeah, let's do it.
Nice.
I think these guys saw me fighting in the bar, so
Yeah, you're a
They
pretty
did
scary
see you
guy.
brawling.
I don't think I have anything that adds to. I've got a D12 presence. That's why I'm gambling.
Nice. I mean, I'll give you a bonus D, like a bonus D6. I mean, it wasn't like a lethal fight, but they did see you fight. They know you can handle yourself, so.
Yeah, it's Icon. I'm remembering. Icon had a bonus to scaring people.
And what's the traditional?
All right, you need to beat an 11.
And do they resist with, or do they roll their?
In a combat situation, a scare is you pick one target and you try to intimidate that target. He gets a defensive bonus for range. He rolls his body, will, and presence.
Well, depending on how far away they are, they were sneaking up us with melee weapons.
They're probably more than 4 paces away.
Okay.
That's why I wasn't saying anything. I wanted them as close as possible, so when the fight did start, I'm a melee fighter.
I don't know how far away they are. I know that if I was a player character and you told me, by the way, they're only 4 paces away, I would be surprised that they got that close, but no, you're the GM.
Yeah, no, I think they're within short range, probably. You guys are having a conversation, you're not shouting at one another, but I don't think you would have wanted to let them
you still have an 11 to beat. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you still have to beat an 11, so
yeah,
the DA is
and
not
I don't
going to
think
help.
he's going to.
I doubt you're not going to beat the 2 or 3, though, so I'm not going to sweep, but I am still trying to scare the leader. Hanson, whatever the hell his name is.
He rolls to resist, which is body, will, and presence.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's gonna. His highest is a D8, so he can't actually beat that.
What's your second highest? Theta?
It's gonna be 2D8.
Yeah,
yeah.
Right. So he makes a point and scares the boss. The boss can start the fight afraid if he wants to. I mean, he just can't rally people. And who knows? He might say get them while he covers up. But I mean, he's got a lot of thinking to do here. He doesn't have us outnumbered. We look pretty dangerous. And you want to risk your life on speculation. I mean, how tired are you of living?
I mean, that's the thing. So I think that you do cause him to step back. All of the humor has gone from his expression. And he says, well, we've come this far, so it'd be foolish for us not to test your mettle at the very least. But he doesn't look eager to fight, and he's going to command his men to
wait.
He's the fox.
What about just you and me, one-on-one?
That's interesting. I mean, I think he'd be disinclined to accept that you just scared him.
Okay, what about me and your strongest? Put out your best guy out here. I'll kick his ass, and you'll know that your metal's been tested.
It's a way to get out of this. It's a way to save your pride, because you're about to lose a lot of pride because we're about to kick your ass without dying, because we'll kill you.
They are mercenaries. I feel like the pride thing is a bit of a cover, but you know what? he'll say, okay, but the terms are that, and he'll address Connor. Terms are if we kill your man here, then you let us leave with the fox, and no one else needs to get hurt.
I don't think we can agree to that. I think we're gonna have to draw a steal because I can't agree to that.
Have
I
faith.
can't let you take it.
Have faith. That's not going to happen. You've seen me in action before.
I have. I would have to defer to Connor on one. I serve with joy. I think it's a bad idea.
I think I'd rather fight him myself, Dan, but do you truly believe that you have what it takes to compete in a fight to the death?
Every day is a fight to the death. You might not know that on that ivory tower you've been sitting in. I sleep in trash.
And you make it look good.
Yeah, our trash-eating beggar wants to fight your best guy.
Very well.
And while I'm fighting their best guy, you two just stand over there next to Mercurio and make sure that they don't pull any shit.
Oh yeah, I would definitely go to Mercurio and squeeze his hand to let him know that I'm sorry it had to come to this.
Gotcha. I like it. Okay. Okay, cool. So this seems to be agreeable to Marshall, and he's going to nod at one of his companions, who is a...
and then Goliath steps out from behind the bushes.
Exactly. No. Are bovine, do they start with the giant gift? That's like a special extra thing, right?
Giant requires you have a D12 body, and nobody starts with a D12 body by default.
No one starts with giant in Ironclaw, not even the elephants.
Gotcha. So cattle. So we're gonna say that like a large muscly bull man steps
They have improved body, which is the thing to keep in mind.
Exactly. Yep. And you can see as you're sizing him up, you think that he looks like he's been in a fight before, but you're pretty sure that you could take him. You feel confident about it. He's just large and he has strength.
I could see Vaslov Jakoba in front of me, and Dan would think, I can take him.
Yeah.
My motto is, I am the greatest, not, I'm unsure about this.
That's a fair point. Okay. Well. Let's see here. I just want to pull up my stat block. Okay, cool. We've done duels before. I think in the past we let both people start with focus, basically. But you know what? For the sake of this scene, because it is kind of a tense street fight type of a duel.
Well, traditionally, we have to decide who starts the fight. And the rules say that if you can't decide who throws the first punch, roll initiative, and the person who rolls the highest throws the first punch.
I like that. I mean, in this case...
At the very least, they get focus.
Yeah, and even if you still lose because the other person rolled higher, you can still have focus to tap that. Because focus is not as good as going first. It's pretty good, but not as good.
It literally means nothing to me. If I have focus, then I don't care who goes first. Let him attack first, I say.
Well, because tap your focus. No, you tap your focus to guard. I know you.
Yeah.
He will.
The moment I get guard, doesn't matter. I am 100% in.
Okay. I switched us over to our grassy field map.
All right.
And I'm going to line these up. So
this one.
Yeah. It is called Forest 1.
Yeah, no, I'm already here.
Cool. And I put the grid up so that we can actually get people's tokens sized correctly.
Oh, there we go. Dan, fighting man.
Okay, so this guy's going to be out here.
I'll just go ahead and put guard on me because that's obviously the first thing I would do.
There we go. Okay. All right, and I'm gonna assume.
Oh, you
that
know what? Also, I
initial
forgot.
back here.
Boom. I'm injured.
Oh, okay. Yikes. All right.
Per that conversation we had at the start.
Yeah. And I'm gonna drag out a token for Mercurio as well.
I mean, they would have to lose so much face to decline this. You want your injured, unarmed, mostly naked guy to fight us? Our best? Yeah, that's what I said.
That's what I said. Okay, so I mean, I think the scene is great too because I feel like Dan, he's kind of small statured compared to this hulking beast. And this guy is also armed with a long sword, and yeah, you can see nostrils flare and like hot steamy breath is like escaping from this monster of a mercenary. Let me turn off the grid. And but he'll gladly take the first swing. He thinks that he thinks that this is going to be over very quickly. So he like chuckles, he looks over, cracks his shoulders, and he's basically just going to he's not going to start cautious. He thinks that he's got you dead to rights. So he's going to aim, move, and attack.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because you started with focus too. Got it. Forgot about
that. Yeah, so he's just going to step in. All right. And his main attack with this longsword is going to be a D8. It's going to be 2D8. He's including strength. It's going to be a D10. And because he's aiming, it's also going to be a D12.
Oh, real quick, before you roll.
Yes.
Never mind, I have zero experience. I was going to ask if I could retrain one of my favorite uses, but I don't have any experience. Doesn't matter.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, I counterattack the punch. Just a quick jab to the face.
All right.
A counter punch is what they call it, because he goes to swing, and I go to hit him to disable him before he can follow through. So just waiting to see your roll first.
Jab to the vitals. Okay.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
Yikes. Okay.
Wow. No strength. I'm not threatened. And aim for yes, because I'm guarding.
Yep.
Ba-bow!
Ooh, you got the 12. Goddamn. Yeah. Okay.
And let me reroll. Never mind. That's a D10. Wouldn't matter. So yeah, 2 points of damage to you. Oof. Counterpunch.
It's a brutal looking swing, but you like get in. All right.
I mean, it's a brutal. Yeah. I mean, damn, that guy could not have rolled better. Well, except for the
basically
D10 going full out.
Okay, he's got a D8 of leather armor, so he's rolling 2D8 soak. Whoop! And he is fucking terrible. No.
Hurt and afraid, unless he's got something to tap.
We're gonna tap his toughness because I don't want this to be over in the blink of an eye. So we're gonna roll 2 more. Come on, man. Come on. That is bullshit.
Hurt and afraid.
That is good bullshit.
I mean, their side could cheat. Somebody could rally him.
What on earth? I think they're gonna have to. But yeah, so he lets out a whimper, and a gasp of surprise. You've got the thank you. Okay. Yep. God damn. Talk about the highs and lows of emotion here. Okay, so this was still his turn. I'm going to say that Marshall is going to growl at him and try to keep him in this. He is outside of near range, so he will roll against a D8 penalty.
But wouldn't he move closer? I mean, he can do that.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess so, right? So he'll move up.
Closer. You don't let him... You gotta take that from him?
It's just like, stay focused! This Pipsqueak is already wounded, and he's gonna point to Dan's bloody whatever, his injury. Here we go, 2d8.
Sweep the leg!
Okay, he's gonna remove afraid. With 1 success. I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you.
Sorry, I'm so used to handling it.
I get you. I'll let you handle it. And it's to you. It's your action.
All right. Well, I guard and I attack.
Okay.
Another punch.
He can't counter because he's reeling, so he's going to parry with his longsword.
I'm going to do a move that I call the Johnny Cage.
Oh no. I know exactly what this is.
Uppercut to the nuts.
Wow. I've rolled a 1 and a 2 every time. That's really dumb.
Yeah, it's funny. You're 1 and a 2, but I mean, I did get a lot of low rolls there, but those 3 still count.
Did not matter. Yeah, he is off balance, man.
So you are hurt. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, sorry, I'm choking here at the same time. 6.
No, it's okay.
So 6 damage.
6 damage.
Oh, wait.
Jesus.
You're also reeling, so...
Yeah, you get the D8 as well.
Is that 7 or is that 8? Is it every 2 is critical, right? In original Ironclaw?
It's
Every 2 is
successes.
another 1. Yeah.
Yeah, so 8 damage.
So 8 damage, and there's
Yeah,
no way
Johnny
that he can
Cage
choke it
for 8
down.
damage. That has got to be... That has got to send all the rest of the male members of the mercenary company wincing like hell.
Yeah,
How is it
overkilled.
Johnny Cage overkill?
Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah.
I think you hit that guy so hard you made
His descendants cry.
Mercurio remember himself again.
Yeah. Mercurio. Everyone who witnesses this winces. It's just a very I mean, it's an overkill. All of the mercenaries who seemed kind of like cocky and sure of themselves, their mouths just drop when they see this horrible maneuver that Dan commits against their comrade. His cry, his scream is piteous and awful, and then he is quite dead. Blah. At this point, Marshall takes a step back and is going to lower his, sword defensively and say, all right, well, obviously, you have chosen your bodyguards well, Sir Connor. You have won the duel. We will take our leave of you.
I'm sorry it had to come to this, but you did want to have a fight.
Yeah, he's gonna give you a short nod and say this was no fight. This was something else.
That man could have surrendered. You egged him on.
Yeah. No, it's true. He asks for your name. Well, he knows your name, right? You guys traveled together for a while. I feel like you got to earn, there's a title that's got to go along with this, the unarmed killer or something. But Marshall is probably going to tell people about.
I mean,
this
after seeing
crazy dude
with Johnny Cage overkill, it's probably Dirty Dan at this point.
Dirty Dan, yeah.
Dirty Dan, fighting man.
Well, suffice it to say, the mercenaries will back away from you guys. They will disappear away from the clearing. They never take their eyes off of Dan, not until they have some cover, some foliage, and then you can hear them breaking out into a full retreat and disappearing as the light of the morning crests over the hill. Yeah, Mercurio's eyes are just going to be like saucers. He's looking at you, Dan, and he says, my, that was a brutal strike. Good Dan, good fighter. You are quite the pugilist, sir.
Yeah, I'm probably rotating an arm. Yeah, you really got to go for the vitals. It really sets him off balance.
Will keep that in mind if I find myself in the same situation, but for now I'll just be grateful that I can count you among my friends.
So you're important, huh?
He has a baffled look about this and he shakes his head. I know not who they mistake me for, but it is a mistake. I
mean, you're not the one who's able to say that. You don't know who you are. You can't say it's a mistake that you're not important.
You do seem to
suppose.
carry the proper breeding and finishing. I would say it's at least possible that you are of the nobility, if not royalty, as they claim.
Sir Connor, you flatter me too much. This is to suppose. He looks very conflicted, but he takes a knee. He says, "For now, I am simply Mercurio, a wandering acolyte on a pilgrimage, and I am still your loyal servant, sir. It is the wish of Colette that I travel with you, so please, I hope this does not... I do not think we should jump to conclusions, is all I'm saying."
Very well. Just do not discount that which came to us so fortuitously. Those mercenaries did not need to have such big mouths after all, but they blessed us with some information about your past. Or not, depending on how humble you wish to be.
Mm. Supposed information. I would not put much faith in the rumors, but I suppose
That
it's
man
worth
was willing to
considering.
die for it. Sorry.
That's a fair point. I shall pray on this as we rest this evening or this morning.
May the light
And
grant you answers.
yeah. Oh God. Yep. Okay. Anyway, so the rest of the day and your respite goes by uneventfully. And we're going to move back to the main map. I think nothing stands in your way between you and the forest, or you and Ardent, the Monastery of the Ardentines. Okay.
Yeah, that could have gone worse.
It could have gone worse. I
A
mean,
lot worse.
solved the whole thing in like a single punch.
Well, they
He's
made
pretty-
it to 2 punches.
It was 2 punches overall for the counterattack, but
And of course, Dan's going to wash the blood off his hands or his fists, as he promised that he would.
yeah, yikes.
They have but one life, and they are so eager to throw it away so quickly. I can only shake my head. Mostly, I would want to look at Mercurio when that was happening to see if there's any sign of deception. Like, did he figure out who he is? And he's just pretending not to know.
I can have you roll for that if you'd like.
Yeah, the skill for that is inquiry, which I do have.
Ooh, give me mind an inquiry.
Because I have a keen insight into the human condition, or anthro condition,
Yeah.
being who I am. So let's take a look at that. Oops. But if he's good at deceit, it's fine. It's fine.
You used the word keen. I think you meant unique. Give a unique insight.
No, being clueless and gullible is hardly.
Yeah. I mean, the face that you see on Mercurio is the face you would expect to see on anyone who just saw a man get his balls punched to death. It tracks.
Yeah. That's something that'll haunt me to the end of my days.
Why? You don't have any
Right
balls.
there with Gaston getting killed in front of.
I mean, if any of us should be unmoved by what you just saw, it would be you. The only female party member of the entourage.
Seeing people brutally murdered is not high on my list.
It's true.
I am disappointed. We gave them the opportunity to just walk away, and their greed and pride motivated them to this altercation. It's regrettable.
It is, but well, you guys, I think, avoided as much bloodshed as you could have in given the situation. You tried. All right. As you approach it's a monastery in Ardent with a modest town that has been erected around it. However, it does have a palisade. It does have a wall. It is a site for warriors, holy warriors, paladins. And so I have to imagine that they would be that they would have some kind of a military defense created here, possibly even with stone walls, right? I mean, that's a big thing with...
Well, the Aberdapaw plan in centuries, yeah. Ardent has the backing of the church. So
they got the money.
It would, it's an impressive place. I mean, it's like, they always make the Knights Templar the bad people. So these are Knights Templar.
So, as you approach through the forest path, you can see that there is a gate erected in stone with heavy wooden barred doors large enough for a wagon or a caravan to pass through, and above this gate there is a watch wall essentially that is currently lit with fires because I assume you guys are traveling at night. And stationed atop this wall there are 2 guards, one male and one female horse, and as you approach they will actually maybe they should have nocturnal guard. That would make some sense, right?
They might. I mean, you would probably put the nocturnals on watch, which means they most likely be raccoons.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so yeah, male and female raccoon, and as you approach, they spy you with their night vision, and they say, "Halt! Stay where you are. That's far enough. State your names and your business, please."
I am Connor Lever de Ecrevis, Knight of Femerouge.
Femerouge. Ah. All right, you may approach, and they have not opened the gate, but they allow you to step closer into the light of their, I guess, they've got sort of like watch torches. I mean, again, they don't really need them night vision, but we're going to say for sake of like bureaucratic, the bureaucrats want the wall lighted so that everyone can see what's going on.
What are the guards?
Try to sneak over it. What are the what?
What are the guards?
They're raccoons.
Okay. Sorry, in my head they were horses.
And they were for a second there, but we're at the nighttime scene, so we want night vision critters. And as you approach, they say, "Apologies, Sir Connor. We have experienced banditry in these woods of late, and we have to be careful. Who is it that you travel with? Announce them, please. Their names and occupations."
This is my Squire Potter of Maid's Cross, and he will send Potter forward a step, like even with him. This is Anushka, the messenger of Triskellion. Dan of Parts Unknown. I'm sure. Actually, no, I don't think he might have been forthright enough to, not forthright, but like curious enough to ask Dan where he's from. He just wanted to keep up that mystique, I guess. But that was all out of character. Back in.
No, I like it.
Maybe the back in character.
To the door, be right back.
Okay.
And let's see, who else is here?
I'm flattered you introduce us instead of just saying this is Connor and my hangers on.
I mean, they do want everyone to be announced. They do want to check who's coming into their town. Apparently, they've had bad experiences. You've also got Mercurio, but I think, and like the doctor, right?
Oh yeah, doctor. He would have introduced Doctor Mercurio, of course.
Okay. And they say, and what business has brought you to our our monastery at this time of the night?
We have been on the hunt of foul necromancers, and we had hoped for some of your aid. In fact, a cabal of them lies not too far to the southeast.
Whisper, whisper. All right. Well, then you best come in, and we will, see if anyone is up. We can arrange you an audience with, one of our inquisitors. Make way. We will open the gates for you, and after a moment, the gates are pulled apart with a loud rumble, and you are given access. And I know, Data, you're back with us.
Yep.
This might be a good opportunity to take a quick 5-minute break if you guys are ready for one.
All right.
All right.
Yep. Okay.